So, good morning, Mom. Good morning, classmates. So, I am Arceline and I am assigned to discuss the last topic about the globalization of religion. So, before I proceed my topic, let's recap about the first nga gi-discuss ako ang mga groupmates niya, which is kanang the difference between religion and globalist no nga mga tao. So, first, the religious much more than culture that the most difficult relationship with globalism. First, the two are entirely contrasting belief system. So, na sila ilahi nga mga belief system no ang religious people and the globalist. So, the religion is concerned with the sacred while globalist places value on material world. So, lahi jud ay no ngay ang mga globalist is more on material wealth ang laha, while the religious people is the sacred ang mga kanang ilang mga ideologies or beliefs sa ilang religions. So the religions follows divine commandments while globalist abides by human-made law. So ang mga religions is kanang gipollow jud nila ang commandments sa ilang relihiyon, which is like sa kanang Catholic nga naay 10 ka commandments. So mo to gipollow sa mga Catholic, while the globalist is kanang ang ilahang gifollow is ang man-made law nga kanang gikuan sa mga tao. So religion assume that there is the possibility of communication between human and transcendent. This link between the human and the divine confers some social power in the latter. Furthermore, God or Allah or Yahweh defines and judges human action in moral terms, good or bad. So, like sa ilang pagtuo sa mga religious is ang muhukom is ang ilang God, no? May muhukom kung ano ba siya is good or bad na siya nga action nga nabuhat nimo as a person. So, there are many kanang religious in sa atong sa world. Daghan jud siya kanang nabuong nga mga kanang religious like that Taoism, Buddhism, Muslim, Catholic, and moreover no daghan jud siya. So the religious people are less concerned with wealth and all comes along with it tighter social status of a standard of living similar with one the rest of the community exposure to culture. So, ang mga religious nga tao kani nga ang ila jud ganahan is kanang na sila makaon everyday, kanang ang ila sinina is okay ra basta as long as naa sila no. Dili sila mag-aim na og kanang another lahi na nga mga kanang kuan like kanang mga indot nga sinina, like sa mga alahas, dili sila ganahan og gingana. So ang ila jud is kanang simple nga life, while they are aesthetic precisely because they shun anything but their complete simplicity for the domain to close the wear to food they eat and even to manners which is the talk lots of propose allergies that supposedly the language of the divine. So di jud nila important yun nga kanang as long because the religious people they call as aesthetics nga tao no nga kanang kung kanang dili ra sila kuan kung basta as long as nga naa sila makaon, na sila sinina, dili sila nang ganahan nga naay mga jewelry na kanang kuan sila no as long as kanang ni follow sila sa divine nila nga mga ideologies and belief. So a religious person main duty is to live virtuous and sin life, such as when he or she dies or she or his die kanang na siya assured nga mato siya sa place sa sa other world no. So muna siya ang mga religious people. So on the other hand kanang globalists are less worried about whether they will up to heaven or hell. So ang mga globalist is wala like sa contrast jud sila sa mga religious people, kay ang globalist is kanang kuan na sila nang less worried na sila kung asa sila padung if kung ma-dead sila no. So their skills are more pedestrian as they aim to sell trade deals raise the profits of private enterprises, improve government revenue collection, protection the elites of being excessively taxed by the state and natural interests themselves. So, more on business dyan sila, mga trade deals, ang ilahan o pagpalambo sila mga negosyo, ang mga globalist. Oh, actually, social concerns. The globalist sees strong his or her work contributing to the general progress of the community. So, ang ilarasan is, ang pag-contribute nila to a progress sa isa ka community or sa isa ka state. No. So, put another way, the religious aspire to become saint. So, in other hand, ang mga religious people kay ma-aspire sila as become a saint, no, kanang mga santos. So, while the globalist train to be a sure business person, so, ang mga globalist is lahi isa sila. Sila ay kanang ganahan sila nga mahimo is successful nga business person. So, the religious detest politics and the quest for power, for they are evidence of humanity weakness. So, ang mga religious detest nga mga politics kay nagkuan sila sa power of evidence of humanity weaknesses. So, the globalists values them as about means ends to end up the further the economies of the world. So, finally, religion and globalism clash over the fact that religious evangelization itself from a globalization. So, nadiri example sa PPT nga kanang isa siya ka religion nga kanang nikuan jud siya through globalization, like the gimension diri ang evangelization or ang born again, no, kay through mga missionaries man jud ang laha nga kanang moari sa lain-lain nga country or lain nga lugar para makuanan ng ilang mga ideologies about silang religion o belief. So, usa siya sa mga religion nga na-form sa globalization ang evangelization religion. So, the mission being sent by American born again Christian and Satan Muslim orders well institution like Buddhism, Catholic, Protestant, and Mormon Church are effort to gaining adherents abroad religious regarding identities with globalist citizenship, language, and race as inferior and because they are early categorized. So, true sa kanang kay murag na gamit sa ganyang globalizations para ang uban mga religion is gigamit sa nila ang kanang globalization para ang ilang mga kanang religion is kanang mukuan siya kanang naay mo or something kanang like mga missionaries nga mo balay-balay gani sila para moagni nga musimba sa ilaha, no, na i-share nilang ilang mga belief, ideologies about their religion. So, and there are philosophical differences explain why certain groups their communities create impenetrable sanctuaries where they can practice their religious without the meddling and control of state authorities. So, nasi mga religion like the Buddhism, no, nga naa sila sa kanang top of the kanang mga naa sila sa mga mountain na sila sa mga kanang bundok gani nga kanang kay tungod is isa sa mga reason nila is kanang dili sila ganahan nga momedal ang kanang state authorities nila, ganahan sila peaceful nga pag-ampong nga mas ma-practice nilang ilang belief ug ideologies sa ilang religion nga anang walay mo kuan nila, walay mo pugong nila, no, walay ka nang mag-medal jud nila sa kanang ilahang nga religion. So, para sad nga kanang gibutang diri nga that these groups believe that living among non-believers will distract them from the mission or tamad them to kanang abandon, no. So, kanang gikuan nila nga kanang mas okay kuno if kanang naa sila layo sila sa pagkuan sa globalization, no, kay para kanang kay ang tuon nila is kung kanang maka-distract kuno ang mga non-believers nga parihan nga kanang dili parihan nila og religion, no. So, mas okay kuno if na sila dito sa kanang kuan na nga lugar kanang walay hapit kanang tao gani or sila ra jud para mas ma-practice nilang ilang mga beliefs sa isa ka religion or sa ilang religion. So na diri si gisulti diri ni Peter Berger nga nag-argue siya that for being secularized, that contemporary world fears religion in most of the world, there are veritable explosion of religion favor assuming one from another in all the major religious tradition: Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism. So, Buddhism and even Confucianism is one who wants to call it a religion. So, on its many places, an imaginative synthesis of one or more world religions with indigenous faiths. So, daghan jud ay mga religions sa ato ang kuano sa daghan jud mga religions nga nabuo like sa akong gi-mention ganina. So, the religion are the foundation of modern republics. The Malaysian government places religion as in the political system. So, sa gi-mention dito sa ako mga groupmates is kanang naisa si King Henry the eighth is broke away from Roman Catholicism, established his own church to bolster his own power, no. So si Henry is kanang nagkuan siya iha kagalingon religion nga kanang he had his own power gani nga wala makahilabot niya as long as kanang siya may nag-own aton nga kanang church. So in the United States, religion and law were fused together to help build this modern secular society. Was observed in the early 80s by French historian and diplomatic Alexis de Tocqueville, who wrote so mo to sa kanang kuan nga kanang sa United States kay ang religion ug ang like ang law is kanang fuse nila together will help to build the modern society, no. So religion for and against globalization. So the religious fundamentalism may dislike globalization material, but it continue to use the full range of modern means and communication and organization. So that associated with economic transformation, it has stayed fast long distance transport communication. That ability of English global vernacular, unparalleled power that know how to modern management of marketing. And like the born again also kanang motto kanang true kanang ang born again is kanang true may research siya kay kanang nag-western kuan jud siya western country jud siya na true missionaries nga kanang nagkuan-kuan into sa lain-lain nga lugar is na ang ilang religion is na daghan ay mga believer nila, daghan ay na ni-appeal no tungod sa mga missionaries nga nangagdi nila through house to house baron or kanang is barangay to barangay siya nga pag-adto nila. So while religions may benefit from the process of globalization, doesn't mean that its tension with globalist ideology will subside. Some Muslim views globalization as the Trojan horse hiding supporters of Western values in like secularism, liberalism, or even communism, ready to spread these ideas in the areas that eventually displace Islam. So, through nagamit sa jud ang globalization no sa mga religious people no kay to kanang globalization is makuan man jud nila ang ilahang mga ideology sa isa ka relihiyon nga makuan nila into kanang sa lain-lain nga mga country. So the more to no nga and the globalization globalize the different country to introduce the religion belief to the evangelist or the born again. So mo to ang kwan sa globalization into the religion. So then as a recap, so let's proceed with my kanang topic, which is the Lateran World Federation. So ang kanidang Lateran World Federation is isa ni siya ka federation nga kanang nagtabang sa kanang mga kanang kuan siya kanang ang mga to bring back people backgrounds together in a common quest of justice, peace, and reconciliation in a increasingly complex and fragmented world. So ang kanin siya mo ni siya ang kanang like kanang last time ni conversion purpose of human book for 12% who had rich areas. So ang purpose sa kaning To continue my discussion about the globalization of religion, I am assigned with my groupmates to discuss about this topic. So, I'm assigned the last part, which is the Lateran World kanang Federation. So, that federation is it advocates to reverse or mitigate economic globalization, eventually again to attention to a globalist institution in 1998. The World Bank brought religious leaders to discussion about the global poverty, leading to eventually a caution of method qualified collaboration in 2000. Although it only yielded insignificant result, the World Bank agreed to some support the faith-based or the anti-poverty projects in Kenya and Ethiopia. One of those countries is kanang may ikuanan ani nga Lutheran World Federation, no. So it was evident enough to institutional advocates of globalization could be responsive to liberationist moral critics or economic globalization, including many writings of social justice coming from the religious. So with the exception of militant Islam, religious forces are well aware that they are into position to fight for a comprehensive alternative to the globalizing status. What Catholics call is the preferential option of the poor. It is a powerful message of mobilization, but lacks of substance when it comes to working out of a replacement system that can be changed in a poor condition into concrete way. And of course, the traditionalism is fundamental political Islam is to alternative either. So, kaning word is the preferential option of the poor is nani siya sa Bible, which is kanang kung naay kanang something like kung naay gigutom pa kanon gani like for di siya makadabang into a concrete way nga para mas makuan ng less sa kanang poverty gani sa problem sa poverty. So that you the fundamental political Islam is no alternative either. No, the terrorism is or the ISIS is unlikely to create a caliphate governed by the justice and stability. And in Iran, the unchallenged superiority of religious autocracy is stifted all freedom and expressions, distorted democratic and attainted options. So, in conclusion with our whole topic is for a phenomenon that is about everything, it is a oath that globalization is seen to have a very little to do with religion. As a Peter Bayer and Laurie Baymond observed, that religion seems to somehow outside looking of globalization as a problem of potential. One reason for this perspective is the association of globalization, right modernization, which is a concept of progress that is based on the science, technology, reason, and law. With reason, one only have to look elsewhere than the moral discourse for fruitful thinking about economic globalization and religion. So with the reason, one will have looked elsewhere to moral discouragement. So religion being a belief system that cannot be empirical or proven as. Therefore, at some the modernization that this thesis that modernize will erode a religious practices often called secularization theory. So mo to siya nga theory ang gitawag for being a attempt by modernization sa isa ka religion. So mo to sila si Peter Bayer and Laurie Baymond. So the historians and political scientists and even the philosophers have now debunked much of the secularization theory. So Samuel Huntington, one of the strongest defender of this theory, globalizers admit that he's a book of clash of civilization. That civilization can be held together to religious worldviews and can be held together all this belief is kanang highly new as a backwards as the 15th century. Jesuit and Dominican use religious as the ideological one of the greatest sociologists all of the time. Max Weber also observed that the correlation between religion and capitalism is economic system So usa sad sa mga kuan sa correlation sa between religion and capitalism is ang economic system sa DI, no. So Calvinism is a branch of Protestantism belief that the God and already decided who could who would and would not be saved, no. So kabalasin sa branch sa Protestantism belief that nga kanang ang Ginoo daw mo ay kanang kuan kanang maka-decide nga kinsa iyaha kanang i-save or dili niya i-save, but decided who kanang but Calvinists therefore made it their pursuit their redefine the meaning of prophet and its accusation. So this inner worldly asceticism that we were referred to Protestant ethnic contributed to a rise of modern capitalism. So gimension naman nato ganina ang aesthetics dito nga word nga which is kanang ang mga religious people is kanang kuan na gani sa kontento na kung say naan nila gani nga kanang na sila sinina makaon okay na sila, but all ang ilang importante is ang kanang pag-follow sa mga commandments sa ilahang religion and kanang pagkuan sa ilang belief, no. So it was because of moral arguments that the religious people were able to justify their political involvement. So when the Spaniards occupied lands in Americans and the Philippines, it was done to the name of the Spanish King of God. For empire comes from a God alone. The over 300 years later, American President William McKinley claimed that after a night of prayer and a soul searching, he had concluded that it was the duty to the United States to educate the Filipinos of life and civilize, Christianize them, and by God ways to the very best he could by them. So mo dayto nga to civilization or kanang kuan is kanang colonialize sa kanang mga Spanish, no, to colonialize na nila sa mga Spanish, which is kanang ang ato gidakaron nga religion is gikan sa Spanish, which is the Catholic. So finally, as the explained earlier, religious leaders have used a religion to wield influence in the political arena, either outsider criticizing the pitfalls of through globalization regimes and integral members of who play key roles in the policy of decision making and the implementation of government projects. And sure, despite this inflexible preachers, the warning of perdition is hell is real place prepared by Allah for those who not believe in Him and rail against His law and rejected His message, the promise of salvation, but our citizenship is in heaven. And the obligatory privilege vested to Bethlehem or Mecca religions are actually quite believable. So si Allah is nagkuhan siya about here kanang kung kinsa ganito'y kanang mga tao nga wala ni tuon niya or ni-reveal sa iya mga role, mga laws kay kanang or ni-reject sa iya mga messages as wala sila salvation. But kung ikaw sad as kuan nga ni follow ka or ni kuan ka sa wala ka ni reject sa message or kuan you have a salvation man, no? Or you have a space in another kanang place in sa another world, no. So the resilience has been extraordinary that they have been unlasted secular ideologies. A communist globalists therefore have no choice but to accept the reality that religion here is to stay, no. But ang mga globalists na accept jud nga religion is reality has to stay jud, no, nga mo stay jud ang religion even ang globalization is nagkuan jud siya. So that's all about my topic about the Federation, Lutheran World Federation, and I further elaborate na, and then I did the recap na sad about the recent topic nga gidiscuss ako mga classmates, sa ako groupmates either. So thank you for listening my kanang discussion about the globalization of religion and the conclusion. So the friend that you know is ang mga religion is concerned about the secret and globalization places value on material wealth only, no. So na jud sila yung mga differences, but through globalization sad ang isa ka religion is nidako gani siya kanang because of kanang globalization, no, like sa katong ako gihatag ini ng example which is local Russia nga naa diri sa atwa which is the born again, no. So it is a western man, a western religion, no, nga ni nga true missionary is na sila ko andiri na sila simbahan ana na sila eskwelahan na sila mga believers na nila diri sa atwa community, no. So that's all. Thank you, and thank you for listening, and that's all with our discussion about the globalization and religion. I hope you have something to I hope nga na may na learn about our discussion and our reports for today. So thank you everyone. I hope God bless you all, and I thank you.